Hey guys, today we're covering double oak whiskeys.
You ready for some double oaked? Because I am.
Let's do it! If you see a bottle that has double oak on the label, it just means that it was aged in a barrel and then finished in another charred oak cask. The reason why you do that is to get a lot of these flavors of oak and really just accentuate the notes that you're gonna get from the barrel.
When it comes to things like Scotch, they've been moving whiskeys from barrel to barrel for hundreds of years. Intentional double oaking, as I like to call it, is more of a recent process. And we'll talk about that when we start introducing some of the bottles here in a minute.
Right, we're gonna try 5, technically 6, because we have a bonus one for you. Double oak whiskeys have become more and more popular the more they start coming out. And you're seeing a lot of them being limited release, which that creates a lot of that FOMO, you know, fear of missing out. So a lot of people are just picking these up as fast as they can, creating word of mouth because of the tastiness of these whiskeys, because you are getting a lot of barrel notes with these whiskeys because of the double aging process.
Right, so there's double oak and there's toasted. Now there's a lot of similarities between the two. We decided that for this video purpose, we're only gonna try ones that actually have the name double oak in them.
Right.
We'll do a separate video on toasted.
Right.
And I'm excited for that too, because those are delicious as well.
Exactly. And toasted still could technically be a double oak. It's just that the barrel hasn't been charred, it's been toasted instead. So this is our top 5 double oak whiskeys. Number 5.
We got Nulu Rye whiskey here. And this is a single barrel, a limited release. So you're not gonna find these everywhere. And this one just happens to be a Total Wine single barrel select. So with these bottles here, all of these are gonna have strong oak notes to them, both in the smell and the taste. So just assume that they're all gonna have oakiness to them. And that second barrel tends to bring out more of the flavors.
Exactly.
So that's what we're seeing here with these double oaks.
I mean, you could even see it in the color of this whiskey. Look how dark that is.
Right.
That color comes 100% from the barrel. This is clear at one point, and it's the barrel that makes the color look that dark. I mean, it almost looks like coffee.
Yeah.
It is so dark.
Yeah. So this Nulu comes in at 120.8 proof.
Oof.
It's on the higher end of the proof spectrum.
100%.
And we are starting there. Okay?
Whew.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
So I'm getting a lot of like brown sugar, a little bit of maple in there even.
I get a lot of maple. Yeah, maple and brown sugar. I think that's a really good way that's a really good way of describing this.
Oh, love it.
I feel like this is gonna burn like an MFer. Let's see.
All right. Yeah, definitely.
Ooh.
That packs a punch
Oh my gosh.
with the heat.
Yeah.
That is not for the faint of heart.
Clearly.
Yep.
I think I'm crying again. I cry when we have super high proof whiskeys that kick my butt. I am crying though. Tears are coming out of my eyes. I feel like my eyes are crying again.
Yeah. So if you're new to whiskey, don't recommend starting with this one.
I'm not new to whiskey, and this kicked my butt.
So Nulu, they're out of Kentucky, in Louisville.
Okay.
Yep. So Nulu is just in reference to New Louisville, is one of the neighborhoods there. So
That's very nice.
yeah.
Okay.
So there's a reason this was number 5, and it's because both of us are not really into the higher proofs as much. There's a lot of flavor going on here, a lot of heat.
Yes.
But once we start making our way up to the top, you'll see why we chose those where we did.
Right. Yeah. Nulu is a very popular brand, and they are doing some amazing stuff. I agree. I mean, for it to be a rye and high proof, I get way too much heat for me to really enjoy everything else. I'm getting a lot of like that cherry cola flavor. The finish, I'm getting a lot of cherry cola flavor. I am getting some of that oak and leathery notes. But it is a very, very strong rye.
Yeah.
If you like rye and you like high proof, then by all means, this is fantastic.
Yep.
I am someone that likes it a little bit more mellow. I need this with probably an ice cube or some water, and I'd probably enjoy this.
Yeah.
You know, nothing against it, but it packed a punch. I can feel it exactly where it is in my body right now.
Yeah, the GPS is strong on this one.
It is. All right, our number 4. We got Peerless Double Oak.
And this is the Double Oak Bourbon.
Something that I find really interesting about the Peerless is that this one was created as a mistake. It was out of necessity.
Really?
So they had a leaky barrel. And once they realized that the barrel was leaking, it had already fully aged. So that instead of them pouring it into the bottle, they were concerned that, hey, maybe something happened here with the barrel that was leaking. Let's pour it into another barrel.
Interesting.
And that's how it became double oak. So it was at one point only released in the distillery.
Okay.
And it wasn't something that they wanted to release to the public, but it became so popular that they started picking it up and making more of it, and they started selling it all over the place.
Interesting.
And that's how the double oak came
I
to be.
did not know that for the backstory of Peerless.
There you go.
All right, how about that?
I'm a Wikipedia.
Learn something new every day. Maybe I should subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, everybody should subscribe to this channel.
Yes, everybody in the world. We should have 7 billion followers right now.
We should have 7 billion followers.
Yeah.
The fact that we don't is a travesty.
Yeah.
You guys will all be better off if every single person became a follower or a subscriber.
Okay.
So this is a lot more oaky. This to me is like what they call an oak bomb. I am getting full oak
Yes.
and leather,
100%.
right?
Yes.
Like I'm getting some caramel notes in there, some like salty caramel, specifically salty caramel.
I'm getting some cinnamon in there too. I got a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah, I can see that, but the oak is overpowering. I'm getting more oak than anything else.
Yeah, and you're gonna find that with all of these is that the oak is super strong.
Yes.
So it's trying to pull out some of those other notes in there too, like the underlying notes besides the oak. So
Yes.
that's our job today.
It's a hard job.
What else do we find in there?
After that Nulu Rye that we had,
Yeah.
I don't feel like anything is working in me anymore. So I'm just gonna just throw things at the wall and see what sticks.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice. I'm getting some cherry in there.
I am too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting some of that cherry and like almost like caramelized cherry. See, this one is also high proof,
Yep.
but I could get more flavors than just heat. from
Yeah.
This one, like the Nulu to me was a little bit too overpowered.
Yes, that one packed much more heat. And this is a bourbon too. The last one we tried was a rye, so there's different profiles in there as well.
Right. Now our number 3.
We have Sagamore Spirits Rye Double Oaked out of the state of Maryland. So this whiskey was aged for 4 to 5 years in charred oak barrels,
Okay.
and then moved into secondary barrels for another 18 months. So there's a lot of time to incorporate that second barrel flavor in there. And this has recently become one of my favorite overall whiskeys.
Look at that.
Yes.
And again, you could see that it's been aged for a long, long time in a second barrel by looking at the color.
The
My
oak in this one
goodness.
again.
The oak,
Yeah.
yes. So the best way I could describe this is like a sauna in a glass. And that sounds so weird, but you know how saunas are typically made out of wood, right? And then when you walk in, you smell that wood. That's what I'm getting here. Like this is a very toasted smelling whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This one, oh my god. Was that a little dramatic? Was that?
Corner of my eye, I see you almost bashing your head on the table from being so elated. Oh, this was delicious.
Oh my god. All right. If you have Sagamore Spirits Double Oaked, you have to get it.
Yes.
This is, I love this bottle.
I'm
I love
surprised.
this bottle.
I'm surprised this is at a number 3 because honestly, I don't know if it could get much better than this. This is so nice.
Yeah.
You get a lot of that cherry cola, and I think that comes from that oak. You get that toastiness. It tastes to me like a toasted marshmallow.
Yeah.
Like really like a toasted marshmallow. And then you eat that toasted marshmallow, you enjoy it, and then you sip down some cherry cola to wash it all down. That's this in a glass.
I like
This is
it.
so good.
I like it.
So good. Yes.
I'm getting a lot of espresso in this one as far as the finish notes.
Let's give Ryan some time. So our number 2 bottle is Old Forester 1910. And the name is very fitting because in 1910, they were aging whiskey in a warehouse. The warehouse caught on fire. And instead of just throwing away all the whiskey that they were making, they put it in another group of brand new charred oak casks.
Okay.
And essentially created what's considered the first double oak whiskey.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So it was not intentional. It just, they had to do it out of necessity.
It was not intentional. As far as we know, it's the very first double oak whiskey.
Look at that. So we got the OG of Double Oaked right here.
That's a number 2.
How about that?
Yeah. What do you think our number 1 is going to be? And yes, I mean, definitely a lot of that oak.
Yep.
But I do get, like, again, cherry cola. I don't know if that's a thing about, like, double oaks.
That seems to be a theme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting some more like the baking spices in here, like the nutmeg. Wow, that is fantastic. And this is a lower proof too than some of the other ones. This one's coming in at 93 proof. And this is kind of the ballpark we like to be in. Somewhere between 90 and 105 is typically our sweet spot.
Yeah, but I will say this, man, for it being a 93 proof, it still packs some punch.
It sure does.
It has some heat.
Yep.
You definitely get that leathery cherry cola sort of notes that you typically get from double oak. You definitely get that here. You get a lot of that smoke.
Yep.
The
char.
Exactly. So that's our number 2.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to top that one. Let's see what you think.
I will say our 3, 2, and 1 are very close.
Yes.
They're
That
very
is true.
close.
They could be interchangeable.
Yes. So if you don't like our list, you can just move them around a little bit
Yep.
and come up with your own.
There you go. I want to know your top 5 from 5 to 1 of
Double
double
oak.
oaked.
Pause the video, comment below, and then go back and press play.
Yeah. I'll be right here looking like this.
Yes. Last but not least, our number 1 pick.
I think you all saw this coming. Woodford Reserve Double
Oak. There we go.
Hands down. This is my favorite double oaked. Woodford Reserve started releasing their double oak back in 2012. And that, at the time, was considered the first intentional double oaking. The response to this one when it got released was very positive. Everybody loved it. And so that kind of became the next thing at the time. And now you're seeing a lot more distilleries do the double oak, as is apparent with the selections that we're choosing today. And this is a little bit lighter on the proof too. I think it comes in at 90.4 proof.
Okay.
So it's not as high as some of the other ones that we've been trying.
Yeah, I think that really lets you enjoy the double oak experience, if you will.
Yep. So you're getting a ton of oak in the nose. Again, the cherry cola to me.
You're getting that a lot too, right?
That's been a surprise for me today. I wasn't expecting that, but that's been very common. What else you get in here?
I'm getting a lot of leather.
Yeah?
A lot of leather. Actually, funny enough, I don't get as much cherry cola on this one as I do get the leather.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That is so smooth.
Oh, yeah.
That is so good.
It's delicious. You get a lot of that oak. More so than probably the other ones.
Yeah.
So, to me, this tastes like burnt toast.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I say that in a good way.
Yep.
This is really, really tasty.
Yeah.
It's complex. If you want to try something different that has a lot of flavor and a lot of punch, Woodford Reserve Double Oak is the way to go.
Yeah. So this comes in at around $55. So it is fairly reasonable
I think so.
For the aging process that it goes through, the flavor profile that it brings, to me, justifies the price.
So now, we have a bonus round. Okay, so this bonus is for people specifically in Texas. And now, granted, I say that, and hopefully in the future that won't be the case.
Right.
Because this is a very small distillery. But there's a distillery in Umble. I say Umble. It's spelled humble. The H, for some reason, is silent.
Yeah, they don't care about it.
They don't care about the H.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? I don't hate on that.
Yeah.
I don't hate on that.
Ah.
You like that? You like what I did there? I'm here all night, folks.
Yeah. This is Old Umble.
There you go. This is a rye whiskey. It's won a bunch of awards. It's a small distillery, but they're getting their name out.
Nice.
And yeah,
I didn't know that.
There you go. So I'm trying to, give it a little bit of love here. So with this bottle, they age it for 2 years, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in Texas, because of the weather, the climate change, you have really hot summers and really cold winters, and then it's transferred over to brand new barrels, and then it's aged longer there.
This comes in at around $30.
Yes.
So it's very affordable.
Very affordable. I don't get a lot in the smell.
Yeah, this one's not as oak forward. I'm getting more of the rye.
Interestingly, I'm getting a lot of floral notes.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't expect from a rye or a double oak.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Old Umble, what are you guys doing here? I don't know. I don't know what kind of
tough.
sorcery you're pulling out.
So interestingly, I get some citrus notes in here.
I get citrus as well.
I get some lemony notes in there.
Yes. Yes. A lot of lemon. Yeah. This is very interesting. This is the most different one
Yeah.
from all the ones that we just tried.
Yeah, for these double oaks, lemon isn't the first thing that I would think of.
So there you have it. Our top 5, with a bonus, favorite double oaked whiskeys.
Yep, I'm sad this video's over because double oaked are my favorites.
Yes, I can see why. I
Yeah.
can see why.
Yep. What do you think is in the top 5?
Please like, share, and subscribe. Let people know that we're here because we would love to have you. Our doors are wide open for you.
Yeah, he doesn't lock his.
No.
No. All right, until next time,
Cheers.
cheers.